Who owns ideas in design? I'm not sure. I think that people should be compensated for their designs, and I think there is such a thing as intellectual property. But for example, I used to work for a designer, and he had this very particular table that he designed, and he would only make it in solid sculpted bronze. Very fancy table, beautiful table, super expensive. And I asked him one time, if a client asked you to make that table out of like blue plastic, would you do it? And he said no, that would bastardize the design, and it was meant to be made out of bronze, and that was part of the design, and it should only be made in the material that he intended. And so then I said, okay, well, what if somebody really wants that table in blue plastic? Can somebody else make it if you're not going to? Or should like the table never exist in blue plastic? Isn't it different enough by your own admission that it's a completely different table and maybe somebody else should be able to make it? Or are you saying no one should be able to own that table in blue plastic? How does that work? And he never answered the question. I asked him several times and he never really had a definitive answer. And to this day, I still don't really know. Like, does he own the design? If he's flat refusing to make it in another material, does that mean that it can't exist in another material? That doesn't seem right. I don't know what the laws are. I don't know what the rules are. It gets complicated really quickly when you're talking about mixing and matching other people's ideas. I don't know when is something inspired by another person's idea versus when is it an homage to their original design versus when is it just straight up copying. I don't know. What do you think?